All right, guys, we're already cracking up. We probably had a 15-minute conversation before we even started recording this. But as you know, it is the first Sunday of the month. So you know I have on my favorite co-host, Sadie. We were talking about some future episodes that we can't share yet. I'm all about the motherhood, walking in the park here. Sadie, you are still giving me summer love, promoting the one shoulder. I'm loving it. For those of you guys listening in your car, remember that on Wednesdays, we debut our video a la YouTube, so you can check it out. She is always dressed to the nines, and I told her I'm the producer, the behind the scenes, so that's why I'll hide behind my mic and my big earphones, my Mickey Mouse, shall I call it? And the mom bun, which is aka my crown that I wear proudly.
There you go.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the topic, but before we talk about the topic, I need you to show everyone your glitterati. I'm obsessed. And those of you who can't see it, she'll describe it and she'll tell you where you can get your glitterati. Take it away, Sadie.
Look at this. Yes, so I have a very blinged out cup that I drink from that my dear friend Paula, and I'll have to I don't know if we can post the link to it anyhow, but my dear friend Paula, she made this cup for me. She blinged it out. I am an autism mom, for those who do not know. And it says autism mom on the sides of it. And it has these beautifully colored puzzle pieces all around the cup. And it just makes me feel so fabulous and like a superstar when I drink from it.
It's perfectly detailed though. Like there's not like a stud out of place. And I told her, for those of you who are like trying to imagine, it reminded me of J-Lo on World of Dance with her glitterati cup. It's like she picked it up to drink it. And I instantly I was like, what? Like, I can't focus. I'm like, what? Is there something on the top too? Like, is there a design on top or?
Yes, yes. On the top, she has like this swirl of colors, kind of like what she has on the side of the cup. So it's each color from the puzzle pieces, along with like there's this kind of like, not really like pink, but an iridescent kind of, pink around the top with the red and the yellow and the green and the blues. And it's just,
Oh my God.
It's sexy as stuff.
Yeah. We'll put that link in the show notes. So those of you who are listening to the podcast, when you listen in, there's the show notes always listed. And then I'm sure, like I said, if you follow Sadie, she'll have all that information up for you on her Instagram. So you can bling it out. Oh my God. I don't even that's, I can't focus.
Like the time it took for her to do that. Like, I'm looking at the time it took for her to do that. And I've washed it several times and nothing has fallen off or come out of it or anything. It's like so durable and it doesn't feel rough to the hand. It's just, it's awesome.
Oh, I would use it as a trophy. I have to wash it. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, that would be such a cute. We'll wait for like Christmas gifts coming up, and you could put like little mani-pedi stuff in it. Or I mean, I would use that for like a trophy for someone. Like here's your trophy. Drink up.
Yeah.
Little bottles of wine in there.
Put like best whatever.
Oh my God.
Little shot glass.
I'm so happy we're talking about today's topic, but I mean, that's how we usually roll with everything anyway. I told Sadie the reason why I'm wearing my motherhood shirt is because her topic today, I need so bad, especially with school starting very soon. I need it already. I need it. I need it. So all I'm going to say is let's take a time out with Sadie, and Sadie says.
Okay. So today's topic is all about us putting ourselves on timeout. Okay. Now, I don't know which way you think I'm going with this, but this is the way that I'm going. Okay.
I'll go the wrong way. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So when I say, us putting ourselves on timeout, especially with how conversations go lately, I think it's good for us to take a moment and revisit and be accountable for some of the things that we say to people. in conversations. Like, you ever have that family member or that friend that just about every time you see them, you're having the same argument? Now, I'm not talking about a knockdown, drag out type of, thing, but it's the same disagreement over and over again. And sometimes and we don't do it in the moment because, I mean, nobody's perfect, but after the fact, if you could just revisit that conversation and think about your positioning, what I call the PDT. Your positioning, your delivery, and your tone. So a lot of times, if you could just reevaluate those things, you may be able to revisit that conversation and have a different result, or at least come to a close with it, instead of it being an argument or a disagreement, because then you get to the point where you're dreading seeing them at Thanksgiving. You don't want to see them at the birthday, because you're going to continue to go in this circle. So PDT, positioning, delivery, and your tone.
ING, positioning. Okay, I'm writing this down. I got my Post-its going. You know me.
And I'll give you like an example. Like, say for instance, you and I are at a fitting room, because I like to shop back when we did that. So
right. Fitting room. That's a fitting room.
Yeah, exactly. What's that? So say you come out in something, and instead of me saying to you, oh, I don't like that color on you, just simply saying, well, I think I like the blue one better, just the positioning of that.
Okay.
And your delivery. If it's an argument that you keep having with someone, when are you serving up this information? Like, when are you trying to go into this conversation? Did they just come out of a breakup? Did they just lose the dog? Like, timing, things like that. It's not, you don't have to go into that right then. Wait until there's a better time to have that discussion. And then your tone, how you say it, means a lot. Because for me, if you're coming at me with a weird tone, I already have it to me, and what that tone is like, and even your facial expressions, like all of that, play into it a lot of times. And sometimes if you could just revisit those things and clean that up a little bit, your conversation would go differently. Okay.
No, I get it. And I think, unfortunately, that's, oof.
Yeah.
That's and so here's the difference with, so I understand that completely, because a lot of people mistaken everything you just said for my bluntness, but I don't come at you. Like, if we were in a fitting room and I didn't agree with you, I would say, like you said, I think the blue one looks better. And some people don't ever want to hear the truth. So I totally understand. Like there are people that you could say something and your intentions are totally not about that. And they instantly, like, the tone and the whole, like, the facial expressions. And I'm just like, what, why? Like, why? And it could be as simple as what you're going to have for lunch. And because they don't agree that you want mayo on your sandwich, or like, that's disgusting. And it's like, then you feel bad. And then I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm like, why is it disgusting? Like, I come back at you because like, why are you making me feel bad about my choices? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's hard to be, I don't want to say defensive, because I'm not going to like go at you for mayonnaise. I never say mayonnaise. It's so weird. For mayo, but it's like, slow your roll, Sally. Like, calm down. I don't know. There are and let me tell you something. I know a few people, they're very opinionated, and that's fine. But like you said, like, you don't have to take it to a level 12. Like, it's just a sandwich.
Yeah. Just like slow your roll, ease up a little bit, just back up a little bit.
Yeah. But, I see. I didn't know you were going in that direction. You always put me in this loop. I had no idea.
Well, I actually have something to add to that that goes another way with that. But I will say this, like for me, if I'm having an argument even with someone or really heated discussion, 95% of the time, I'm going to mean whatever I say to you, how I say it,
Right.
because yeah, so if I ever come to you after a discussion, to reposition what I said or say, you know what, I didn't exactly mean it like this, and I try to break that down for you, then best believe it's coming from a sincere place because 95% of the time, what I say to someone during an argument, I mean it. And I'm like, no, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's how I meant to say it. But that's why timeouts are good because you can revisit that later on and, maybe handle it a different way when you go back into it. But the other part of the timeout thing I was thinking about is sometimes we need to take a timeout before we add too much onto our plate. Because a lot of times we'll take on things and it's like, well, why? How is that benefiting me? And you've already taken ownership of something. So now people are kind of looking at you like, well, you're going to come through, right? Because you've already taken this on. So yeah, I found myself having to give myself timeouts. Like, wait a minute, before you jump into this or agree to do this, can you handle it? Is it too much on your plate? How is it going to benefit you? What do you get out of this? If it's, nothing but, well, I won't say nothing but personal growth. That's another huge thing that you can get. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a motorbike or something.
I heard that too, but it sounded like a little girl went, and I'm like,
I thought it was Roman at first. And I'm like, I already got my Amazon delivery for today. So
listen, lights, noises, what is going on?
that was totally like somebody's motorbike or something. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, this topic could actually go in many different directions, but I just felt with everything that's going on lately, like a lot of our positioning and our tone, we need to take responsibility for sometimes in these, back and forth or these exchanges that we have lately.
You know what? I 100% agree because I catch myself wanting to respond. I will type something and I delete it. Here's why. And the timeout with the tone and all that goes perfectly. You do not have to agree with what everyone is saying. You can still be friends with them. You can still post whatever you want, but you don't have to agree with it. So my thing is, I don't understand if someone is making a point. And again, it's on Facebook. So, okay, be wary, be careful. But disclaimer, it's for their own Facebook wall. They posted how they feel about something. It's not directed towards you. It doesn't have your name in it. So read it at your own risk. And there's no reason to get the firing squad because you disagree. Like, I don't understand that. And I want to write it, but then it's like, what's the point? Because those people are just going to read past it. And then there's going to be but Dina, and I don't care about your buts. Listen, if your name is included, if they're adding you, if it's in your direction, but you can't take, okay, because I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican. Sadie's not coming directly at Dina. She's posting how she feels about something. I might disagree with you on things, but I can't get mad at you or attack you in public because how you feel about something. You can only, and this is what we're missing, you can only learn from maybe, well, Sadie, why do you feel that way? Can you share your feelings with me? Like, it is like, seriously, take the time out, take a couple deep breaths, relax. She's not like posting a Photoshop photo of you with like a donkey butt. You know what I mean? Like, calm down. And then ultimately what it comes down to, it's Facebook. Okay. Facebook that was created originally for college students to connect with their professors, that is now a social media network that is shared by millions of people. You are
Mm-hmm.
not the only person. And I'm happy you feel that we have that connection and everything's dedicated to you, but it's not.
Uh-huh.
Not.
You know what I say about that too?
Ugh.
Whenever I post something on my page, now you can go and post whatever you want to on your page. You could say 5 + 5 is 3, and I will not go on there trying to tell you that it's not.
I
You
will.
have fun. You have fun. But do not come over to my page. If I post something, my opinion, my view, I'm not posting it to have a debate with you
Right.
on my page. That's not why it's there. The way I see it, like, this is my yard. If you want to come over here with your ball, you don't like the where we're playing, you take your ball and you go home. That's the way I see it. I don't come over here with that foolishness,
Yeah.
And I would never go over to someone's page just to disagree with them. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I
You
don't
feel the way
understand that.
you feel. I'm not trying to, it's not my job, my duty to persuade you to think another way. Now, if I post something on my page that you see and it sparks something in you to perhaps think about something a different way, then that's great.
Mhm.
But I'm not about to go back and forth with you,
Right.
about some stuff. And it's weird because there's certain people, I can count them on one hand on my Facebook page, friends, quote unquote friends,
Mm.
that come over just to, like, I'm like, girl, I done posted about how many selfies and how many funny posts and stuff. And now here you come, what?
Yeah. I call them
What?
trigger trolls.
Oh, yeah.
Trigger
Mhm.
trolls. And I don't understand why. Like the same thing you said. When you come to my house, we've always been like this. You take your shoes off. Yeah, I'm a germaphobe, whatever, but I don't want when you were at last night's pub bathroom floor in my house. I'm sorry, I don't. And that's, I have a toddler and whatever the case. And then I always get people like, well, you have a dog. Well, I wipe my dog's feet. Yeah, I'm a little crazy, but you know what? If you don't like the rule, learn how to walk on your hands or don't come in. Like, figure one or two out, whatever you want to do. But it's the same thing. Like, I know people are so strong viewed on points. And listen, we all have opinions. We all have things that make us proud of who we are. We all have things that sometimes we don't. I trip up the stairs. It happens all the time. But I would never stoop. And I say stoop because you are going to that low level to attack someone on a Facebook page. If you feel like, if I ever saw you post something and I disagreed with it, or maybe I was like, oh, Sadie, it wasn't the case, I'm going to reach out to you like a true friend via text message or DM you. Like, I'm not going to go on there because all you're doing is you're trying to throw that person on the bus and be like, no, you're wrong. Like, but why do you want to do that? Why is that your platform to just push people underneath? And that's where your whole time out, like, okay, take a breath,
Yeah.
read it again, understand this person's viewpoint, and then move forward with a question about it. Don't take your personal views and attack another personal views. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, why? And you know what? You can't say this is garbage because your life, you're circling yourself around all this negativity. So you're creating all the negativity for yourself. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, just by going on there to disagree.
And it's
No.
like, yes, you can block those people, but I view those people as more laughter and fun, like, all right, hi, like, maybe they should run for the presidential election, if they're so good at debating skills, like,
Yeah, do it. I was like, I can go toe to toe, but it's whether or not I feel like it at the time. And sometimes I don't feel like, sometimes I'm bored and I have time, and then
right.
I engage, and then, they eventually dwindle out. But,
It's almost like, what it comes down to, and the best comeback is, thank you for your feedback, but
right.
my views and feelings will never change to yours because we just simply disagree. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, I actually posted that saying about, take your ball and go home. If you don't agree.
That's awesome. That's
Like,
awesome. You know what happens? Can I tell you what happened? This is what happened. What you just said triggered the exact response. We don't let kids
mm-hmm.
play anymore. Like we don't play dodgeball, where if you get tagged, you're out.
Yeah.
So what
Right.
happens to all those kids that get the participation award and they don't play dodgeball? They're on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they're throwing the dodgeball directly at you, virtually. And
Mad. They're
you're
still mad.
out, you're dumb, you're out, you're stupid, I don't like this. Like, it's just like, oh, I hate that word stupid. I hate it. I can't believe I just
Yeah.
used it. I'm so mad at myself.
Yeah.
It's so funny because that is everything that's happening right now. And I'm like, listen, if the person wants to post that the sky is purple, who cares? That's what they believe. Who cares? Like tomorrow's post, I think I'm going to get a picture of something crazy. I'm going to Photoshop it and I'll be like, this is real life.
Do it.
And I'm the first person that responds will be like, it's Photoshopped. I'll be like, so is your face.
Like, no.
Can you imagine if like you said, if you called out everyone else's opinions on something, like if they post a picture of pasta, like I put a picture of penne vodka on my Instagram. Can you imagine if I was like that person and you're like, that's disgusting. It's a bowl of fattening cream. I'd be like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to ask yourself. And then the best part is these are the same people that if you criticize them, it's like, you don't understand. You don't respect me.
Let me tell you. No,
It's crazy.
Yeah, I have flashbacks now of people and stuff that they post. I'm like, why did you even bother? Like, what did you think was gonna come?
And let me tell you something. There are so many times I'm like scrolling through and I see a friend of mine getting attacked and I so badly want to post something and I'm like, no, because then I get dragged through the mud and I'm like, you know what? No, nope. Because I think when everything with Black Lives Matter happened, okay? A friend of mine, Kristen, is very good friends with her friend, and she happens to be a Black actress model. So Kristen posted something about when they graffitied on like a building, and she goes, oh my God, this is the church I went to. And someone said, I'm like, no, come back, Sadie. Someone said like, you're disgusting. You don't understand Black Lives Matters. So then her friend, who is the Black model actress, she's really well known, Shanice. I love her. You would love her. She's one spunky chick. And when she's on the runway, it's like, oh my God. So she fired back and she's like, and this is sad. Like she shouldn't have to put this out there. She goes, I'm a Black female who's best friends with her. And I will tell you, first person to stand up for me. She's helped me get some of my gigs. Like, how dare you? But it's like, we didn't know the intention of what Kristen was posting. Kristen was basically just saying, this is a church she went to. She never said anything about like Black individuals. It wound up being white people who spray painted on the church. So she was just saying in general, this is so sad. And then unfortunately people attacked her who were just uneducated and not read, like, they didn't read into it or they read too much. And it's like, but that's the problem, and I like Shanice was awesome. She stood up for her and everything. And it made Kristen feel like horrible, but it was like, that's just it. You can no longer post like how you feel. Like, what if you had a hard day at work, Sadie, and you're like, I'm so tired. And someone's like, well, what do you do? You're on TV and your kids are grown. What do you do? Can you imagine? Oh my God. I could just imagine you be like, whoa. but that happened. Think about that.
My older daughter, I haven't always been friends with her on Facebook because when she was younger, I didn't want to be friends with her because I wanted her to just be free to be who she was.
Yeah.
And then I had her password and everything. I went into, she didn't know that. I went onto her Facebook page.
Uh-oh.
Her Facebook page, and I would check, to see what was going on because I wanted to make sure she wasn't acting crazy on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't let her know that. So
She knows
So,
now.
yeah, that's fine now. She'll be 26, so that's cool. So anyhow, we're friends on Facebook now. And she very rarely posts like her views on things like that because she usually just tries, keep funny stuff or whatever. So, but how could you not lately with some of the stuff that's going on? So she posted something recently, maybe like 2 days ago. And somebody said something, they were like going at her hard, and she stood her ground a little bit, but then I was like, so then I went on there, and I said some stuff or whatever. I was like, no, 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 not my baby. So then I was like coming to her defense, even though I didn't really need to. But, I was just looking at someone coming for my daughter. And she's like, like, wait a minute, I think she called the person a troll. And she's like, I don't even know who you are. How did we become friends?
Yeah, delete.
Yeah, so she ended up blocking the person, but it's just that, yeah, I've seen a couple of people get attacked sometimes, and it's just like,
But I don't understand that. Like, it's like, would you physically in person do that? And half of these people would not. And that's the thing. Like, people want to keep blaming the media, and people want to keep blaming, whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever is the next president, or, past presidents. Like, why not bring in, like, they're bringing in Obama and Bill Clinton. And I'm like, you have to blame yourself sometimes because, like, unless I know Trump tweets a little too much. I'm just like, no, like, unless he's coming on your Facebook wall and he's commenting and you can have like a toe to toe kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I
it's a lot. It's a lot. And you gotta, like, sometimes I see stuff or comments. People really don't try to come for me now because I think they've learned their lesson. But but whenever they do post something, it's not that I don't see it, but it's just like, okay, I don't have the energy. That time out. I don't have the energy for this right now. I'm gonna leave this alone. Maybe I'll revisit it when I'm in a better mood, and then I could, come at it a little differently. But like right now, I'm tired, I'm hungry, gotta cook, stuff like that. And it's like, I don't have time for that. Yeah.
But those are also those twisted people that they feel like, oh, what? You have no comeback? And it's like, no, I just find you immature and I just don't want to answer you. Like, here's my position on timeout. Okay. Those are like the people that cut you off, or you're going to make a right-hand turn and you slow down, and then they drive by you and give you the middle finger. Okay. Or they give you the middle finger on the highway. I wave at them and I blow a kiss. It makes them so mad because that's how I feel. Like, have a great day. Like, you're not going to bring me to your level. If you want to be negative Nelly, go for it. But like, I'm in that timeout mode where I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I've had people comment some things on my page and I'm just like, no, just no. And then when they get mad, they're like, well, why did you delete my comment? I'm like, because you have nothing nice to say. I don't want your yuckiness. I once said to a girl, I don't want your yuckiness on my page.
That's a good one.
And she kept going and going and going. And I actually said, listen, we could meet and have coffee together if you would like to discuss this like adults, but I'm not doing the bantering back and forth. Like, and it's just like, I think everyone forgets in a point of time. We are all very different human beings. We all have different perspectives. Even though we all agree to write with a black pen, we're all going to hold it differently. I might hold it straight and you might angle it. You might put little cute hearts for the eye and I might draw in a really dark circle. You know what I mean? But the law says when you sign a legal check, blue or black pen, we all have to agree on that. But we don't have to agree how we hold the pen or write with the pen.
Right. Good.
I mean, can you imagine? You didn't do it right. You didn't dot your I the right. I mean, can you imagine? It's like
90 degrees.
Right. That's how people are being. This is such a perfect example. We are arguing about a difference of opinion. And even if a person feels that way, it is their feeling. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It's how they feel. If they feel that holding a pen at a 90-degree angle gives them this glossy flow appearance, well, that's what works for them. If they want to stick their tongue out when they write, because some people do, then let them do it. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? If they're getting the job done and they're doing what they're supposed to do, go away. Leave them alone. Like,
Yeah.
and the Facebook page is dedicated to one person. So go, I don't know, go find a page where people
that
care.
supports what you want to talk about, or
I mean, please, there's millions of pages. Just type it in. Like, I don't like people I need to talk about. Speaking of pages, oh my God, there's actually a page. I am distraught over it. Dedicated to women who are in love with married men. And you can you can join the Facebook page. Yep. That's how twisted. Those ladies need to time out.
There's a page, and these people post and comment with their profile pictures and their names and you can just click and see who's a homewrecker / hooch.
And they help the women out to understanding their feelings, how to cope with their feelings. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. But that's what I mean. Like, it's so twisted. And someone be like, but Dina, take a time out. You're not seeing my perspective. Okay, maybe that's not my perspective. I mean, I'm not going to go and attack you on your page and call you names or whatever. But like, we are in a speechless world. 2020 means perfect vision. I see it all, but I don't know what to say. I don't have the words.
I mean, it's just kind of mind blowing to me that these women would have a page. Like, how did they not know that there aren't some married women who are infiltrating this group, and finding out who, like, it's just no shame.
But I think that's it though.
Like you said, that's their thing. They found a support group that supports the craziness that they're involved in. You know what? Do your thing over there somewhere. Don't come over here, you're gonna have a problem.
No.
But,
do your
thing over there somewhere.
But that's the thing with no shame. Like, just, well, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, too bad. And it's like, but it's no shame to the person you're hurting either. The same way when someone goes on your page, no shame. Like, well, you know what? Sadie's my friend. She'll just accept it and agree with me. No, that's not how this works. You can't just bash someone because you disagree. Like, I mean, you know what? I want to do like a little test. I want to chew a wad of gum and like chop it really hard. And if someone says I'm annoying, I'll be like, well, that's your opinion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right? Yeah. Don't judge me. Like, what if I have false teeth and that's how I have to chew it so my teeth stay in? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to.
People are going through.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's true too. Like, I mean, if anyone listened to the first time I had you on here and they now understand who you are and understand what your family has went through, you have every right to post what you want to post on your page about everything that's going on, and I'm sorry, like, as a Black woman who is very strong, independent, has children, and has a husband who loves her no matter what, is a successful actress on a reality TV show, deals with me on the podcast. If she wants to post, she don't like something, let her post it. Hush it. Hush it real good. Dun, 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 dun. But I get so, like, I just got mad for you knowing that people like are on your page. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, it's like.
Let me tell you. They know they have to come correct, because anytime they come sideways and they're not prepared, they get it. They get it full, especially when you only come on there to comment, about something that I'm posting that you may not, agree with.
Right.
Here's this one chick. I've met her, I think maybe twice in person, and she was cool because she's cool with people that I'm friends with, close friends with. But I be every time like she comes on my pages to disagree with something. And
Oh,
then she had the nerve when we were talking about a race issue, she had the nerve to say that she had to reread it again. Oops, I'm sorry, I had to reread it again because
I saw that.
drinking. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
And I'm like,
No, no.
be nice to have the privilege to not take this seriously, and be 2 drinks in or however many drinks in, and then decide that you're going to come and go back and forth with me on a racial issue.
Yeah.
Like, girl, bye.
Like saying to you, you don't know anything about black people. Can you imagine if someone said that to you? I was waiting for you to spit your drink out. Like that's like, Sadie,
Oh,
hi. Sadie, listen, Sadie, I get
like,
you, but do you really understand black people, Sadie? Come on. I mean,
really?
I like ready for this? Sadie, I have thick hair, so I understand. I would be like, what? Like what?
Good potato salad. So,
But like my whole thing was this. That's where she should have took a time out. First of all, no one cares if you're drinking or you're not drinking. Second of all, if you didn't understand it the first time, don't post anything. Read it again before like that's like if you're going for an interview, you take a breath in between questions so you don't say the wrong thing. Like
but
fired,
this should
fired.
be for her to admit that she was trying to go back and forth in this discussion, semi-intoxicated about something like
Yeah.
race that is a serious thing to me. I'm like, oh girl, like, you know what, like I can't even, like, I have no words, like, are you serious?
You need to create a meme for yourself where you're just like, bye. Like there needs to be a picture of you where you're like smiling happy, but it's like, goodbye. And then when someone posts on that, then you just input the image, done. Listen, you're being nice about it, right? It's not like it's a mean picture or anything. Can I
I
tell
was just
you? I took a time out posting on one of your pictures, and I'll tell you why. It was a picture where you you were in jeans, a top, and I said looking fierce or something, like looking good. Like you looked, and originally what I wrote skinny mini. And the reason why I took it off and I took a time out is because I was like, wait a second. I have to, and I think I learned this through being an educator as well with your word usage and also dealing with people in person.
right,
I forgot that that could be a sensitive issue for someone.
right,
Like, what do you mean I'm skinny? Like, are you saying I
right.
don't look good? And I took a time out. I
Mhm.
deleted it and I edited it and I said looking good because then it's like it's more direct, it's more general because yes, every woman wants to hear they look skinny. And I know you were probably like if I wrote that, you'd be like, yeah, but I'm like, wait, what if she's like, or what if a friend's like,
Body image, like, type
yeah.
of.
And I thought about that instantly and I was like, oof, let me take that out. Let me write it a little more because I mean, what if, for God forbid, what if you were going through a sickness or an illness and that's why you lost the weight? You know what I mean? Like you never know what you're going to trigger in someone. So like that's like where you got, the timeout fits well.
You know what? And it's so funny that you should say that. Not funny, but like with the loss of Chadwick Boseman, we
Yes.
like I people are so mean, first of all. And I would never post anything like some of the comments that were made regarding him. And
Sad.
I'm like, because people are vicious, they don't know what's going on with you, but they don't care. They're out there seeking that laugh or that attention or whatever. And I just took it because he's not only just a phenomenal actor, he was, but he was just awesome and bigger than life in his community. And when I say bigger than life, he wasn't this person who boasted about what he did within the community, but he was just very present, you
Mm.
know? And for people to say what they were saying about him, they didn't know what was going on with. But whether or not you knew, you
Right.
don't see those things.
Yeah.
People are just so mean. There's no other word for it. Just
Yeah,
very
and
mean.
it's and then everyone tries to like cover it up and it's like And I wasn't even thinking about that, even though like that was such a hot topic and people were talking about like the struggles he was going through and people were like, oh, you're so skinny. And it's like, guys, this was not because of his choice. You know what I mean?
I mean, and then
Uh,
I took it at first when I saw, I was like, oh, he's probably just preparing for a role. And then
yeah,
even when I wasn't thinking about that, I would never. People go in and they use social media as this tool or this avenue to just be. They hide behind it.
right.
Vicious mean comments. And I'm like, is that necessary? It wasn't. And now you're sitting somewhere feeling and looking stupid, and you already posted it. And whoever saw it. And it's just anyhow. But
No,
yeah,
yeah.
so sad. What a tragic, really sad loss.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's unfortunate that it takes things like that to bring attention to people. But you know what? Those people just like, oh, okay. And they'll never learn from it. And they just don't, nothing gets wrapped around like it should. It doesn't fall into place. And I feel like, unfortunately, until it happens to them in a sense of, not hopefully never a sickness, I never wish negativity or badness upon anybody, but until something happens to them where it's a true awakening, they'll
Mm-hmm.
never change. Like even though you said to that person who commented and they had to explain themselves multiple times, they'll always be like that until something happens where they're like, oh my God, it has to be like an awakening, a realization. The timeout to them is just, sorry, like let me take a breath, let me apologize. Not let me put a lot of effort into it, but like, sorry. And that's it.
Sorry, I was drinking. 2 drinks in.
I
So,
actually, you want to hear this? It's funny. She had to reread it twice. I had to reread those comments multiple times because I was like, wait, what? Like, I was so confused because at first I thought it was like a friend of yours and you're like laughing, haha, back and forth. And then I'm like, oh, no, no.
uh, she's more like an acquaintance. Yeah.
And you know what? To talk to the Facebook page, this is
Mhm.
not to sound cocky. This
Right.
is to sound, I guess, as blunt as I can. You
Mhm.
should be thankful to be a part of someone's life on a social media page. Okay, I'm not
Mhm.
saying that you or I or the next person is a famous celebrity or
Right.
we're so noteworthy you have to be in our page. But I'm sorry,
Mhm.
when I accept your invite to be on my page, and a lot has changed on my page. When I was heavily involved more in the fashion industry, I had everyone on my page. I have deleted
Yeah.
many people since then. Um,
Mhm.
as much as I would still like to network, it's not important to me right now.
Right.
But if you're on my page and I'm sharing family stuff, I'm sharing
Yeah.
point of views, interest, you should just be so lucky. And again, not to sound cocky, but everyone will be like, oh, just to be on that page that I share those things and I value you as a close friend. So
Right.
that's where you should think right there. Wow, if
Mhm.
someone has me on their page, I should be a
Mhm.
little more respectful. Same thing, like we said. If I have you
Mhm.
in my house, are you going to go in the bathroom and tear stuff up and like break my mirrors? No, because you're
Right.
respectful of my house. So when you're on my page, you're in my house. Like, be
Mhm.
respectful. I have
Yeah.
pictures of my kid. I have my
Mhm.
family stuff on there. I have my views. If you
Right.
don't like it, there's always a front door or a back door. You can pick. There's windows
It-
too if you want to jump. I mean, that's totally up to you. Just be careful. There's a lot of bushes out front. But yeah, there's
Good luck.
bushes. You won't hurt yourself. There's bushes. But there's many, what I'm saying is there are many options for you to leave. You don't have to stay. And I won't be upset about it. I
Right.
won't.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's funny because there have been some people that I don't delete them, but I unfollow them sometimes because I think it's become, had it not been for Facebook, I would not know what some of these people really think. Like,
Yeah.
it's
That's what's
like,
scary.
and it's scary because you're like, wow, me and this person were like, and it's like, whoa, yeah, yeah. So it's interesting, to say the least.
I'm curious what's going to happen to everyone's perspective after elections and Christmas time rolls around, and just I'm
Elf
curious
on
to
the
see,
shelf.
yeah, a lot of elves on the shelf. Um, because it's like, and you know what the best part is too? I don't say a lot regarding the election, mainly because I'm not a fan of going head to head with politics. It's what I feel, it's what I say, whatever. But I also feel I do have to like constantly educate myself on what's going on. There are so
Oh
many
yeah.
people out there that it's like whatever I pick out of the jar, that's where I'm going. Like just educate yourself. Educate
Right.
yourself on what you're talking about. And again, like we were talking with Chadwick, this also with Brittany Murphy, you know,
Yeah.
she got so frail skinny because she was so depressed. She was overdosing on drugs, you know, and everyone was just like, oh, she's so
Yeah.
skinny. She looks disgusting. Like, you don't know anyone's
Never know.
story. And listen, if they're putting it out there on Facebook, that's a different story because some people share a little bit too much. I'm not a little bit too much, but you know, again, take it as it is. When you go on someone's Facebook page, be thankful that you're on there because they're sharing stuff with you that they don't have to share, and treat it as it's like their home. My doormat says go away for a reason. Just gonna
I
leave it
should
at
make
that.
a cover photo. Go away.
It's legit my
Don't come over
doormat.
here with that. Oh.
It is my doormat. It says go away. I'm not kidding. I have to like add something on the bottom of vinyl, like unless you're like the UPS guy or Amazon Prime.
Amazon.
Yeah. But it says
To
go
Amazon.
away. Yeah, it says go away.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that pretty much wraps up, our whole discussion on timeouts and how it is important to sometimes look at your, like I said, your PDTs, your positioning, your delivery, and your tone, because that can make a, major difference in some of these conversations and discussions we're having right now.
I love that. I mean, I'm going to put that in the title. I hope people use that. Like, watch your PDT, not ADT. Okay. That's something different.
Setting alarms up in here.
Yeah, well, you should, but watch your PDT. And, importance, like understand what Sadie means by timeout, whether it's just for yourself or for, reflection time. But
Yeah.
timeout isn't always bad. You don't always have to sit in a corner with a dunce cap. I'm looking in your corner right now. I'm like, that's a good corner.
That is a pretty decent corner.
It's a good corner. But yeah, so guys, again, I'm gonna put in the show notes about the Glitterati cup. As you can see, those of you watching, there is your Fabulosity cup. Sadie, if you can also too, like post it in your Instagram for those of you who follow, it's at AWWSUGA. And like, who am I? Yo, what?
You mean it. Yo.
Wait, I gotta do this. Ready? I'm a DJ. No, guys, seriously, with Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving might not happen. Cute little cup, glitterati it out for your friends, put little goodies in it, the holidays, because that stuff like this, homemade stuff. I love mom and pops. Definitely got to get her on the Queen Buzz so I can do like a mom and pop feature. And yeah, that could be an awesome sauce. Bridesmaids gifts. Like, look at me go. Look at me go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, guys, seriously, every first Sunday of the month, Sadie, the next time we're talking with Sadie is going to be in October. That's bananas.
Oh, and my birthday will be gone. My birthday is 23rd of September.
Is it really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, we can still talk about it though. I mean, realistically, if you're at the end of the month, you can still celebrate into the next month. That's how I feel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like mine was July 31st and I was like, August, all of August. Sorry. That's how it rolls out. Sorry, friends.
Right.
But I forgot to remind you. We have, where is it? We have new listenership coming in. So I know I've mentioned all the other areas, but I believe so. Obviously, the States, Ireland, Canada, Nigeria, Brazil, Germany's new.
Oh.
Poland, Australia, Morocco, France, Sweden, Belgium, and Hungary.
Ooh, look at that.
I know, right? It's like, thanks, guys. Like, I don't know how to say hi in a lot of, I think what I have to do is one day I'm going to have to sit down and learn how to say hi in each language. So I feel like they can listen in and tune in, or I don't know, maybe in their countries, they have like a translator for podcasts and it translates. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Unless they just like to look at you.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Because it's
pretty
not
tired.
this hot mess over here. With my
Same
Jurassic
with
Park
you.
shirt on.
My God, I wish I was sitting in a sweatshirt and some leggings right now, which is exactly what I'm gonna do.
Well,
Because
you're the
I did,
star.
I did at least put my socks on. I had my footy socks on. I took off my sandals, so I was like, you know what? And this is a jumpsuit, or I'd be sitting up here in leggings.
Listen, you're the star. I'm the behind the scenes, so that's my excuse as to why I can do this. Oh man. But guys, thank you so much for always tuning in. When you listen to Sadie and I don't know if you guys are cracking up as much as we do, but we always are able to take something and agree on it and find a way to agree on it because it just happens to make sense. So this weekend or week or next, well, the rest of the year, because we're all trying to push through it,
Yeah.
take a little time out.
Mhm.
Enjoy life because you wake up every day to it. You're breathing. Even though you might not be 100% happy, you are blessed with that breath of life. And remember, you are PDT. What does that mean again, Sadie?
It means positioning, delivery, and tone.
I love the ending feature. All right, guys, make sure you follow Sadie at AWWSUGA on Instagram. Find her on Facebook. And yeah, let's talk more next Sunday. Bye.